So we are live. Welcome back to SciEnts Sunday once again. Thanks for joining us, Green Diamonds and loud-ass rat rods driving by. You know, that's just what we need to start off the show. It's all right. Nobody's watching yet anyway, except for Doobie. Let's go pop out a chat window here so I can see what's going on with everyone. Hopefully we get a nice, stable connection today.
Looks like you got some decent weather behind
you. Hey, Doobie's there. Oh, we have to mod people again. I forgot about this, that like we don't have any mods. Yeah, I'm down the hill and it's not freezing, thank God. Are you guys finally getting good weather out there too?
Oh yeah, it's quite warm actually.
Yeah, it's been friggin' rough. That's what I was telling everybody, and we were in Discord earlier talking, and I was like, dude, it's been rough. It's been down in single digits at night, every friggin' night. I've been just absolutely scared shitless to turn my lights off, lest things get too damn cold.
Wow.
I'm outdoors. Well, I'm indoors, but I got a shed,
So we've been running AC for a month now, or better.
Oh, my AC's been off for a month or more. I got a heater.
Wow. I'd have to have a heater if I had those. I can't get enough heat from my lights to do that.
Yeah, that's why because I'm like flowers all LED now, and with that, there's not nearly as much heat generated as with the HPS. The HID lighting does generate a lot of heat, and I tell people too, if they're in a cold climate, that they may want to consider running HIDs and like paying more attention to cooling in the summer during the short period when it's too hot.
Right.
Like where Doobie's at, you know what I mean? It makes way more sense to try and chill it during that little part of the month and run HID and let those lights make heat.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Oh, I was trying to burn one apprentice, but like I got the oil pen. I'm at the coffee shop again with the waterfall behind me. See, that's a sexy backdrop though. It's too bad we get so loud here sometimes. But that's what we were talking about earlier. So it's been a freaking crazy busy week for a lot of us. Weather's been playing a part, and it's just been wild. So I haven't been on Discord as much as I should have been probably for the last few days. I've been busy. I just got a new car, well, new to me car, a used car. And of course, first thing you do when you get a used car is you go and start fixing some shit. So that, and I've been without wheels for a little while. And since I live in such a far-flung mountain town, and without my own wheels for a minute, now I've got a bunch of catching up to do. So I've been running around doing a bunch of friggin' errands, and my cousin broke his hand, and it's just been a friggin' wild week. But wow, things are starting to settle down, and hopefully next week's going to be looking sweeter, and we'll be able to flip into flower, and the temperatures are going to like us a little more. Though we are scheduled to get more snow again on Tuesday, and I still have snow from last week. So, I'm ready for the snow to melt.
Wow. You see the flooding going on in Michigan? It's crazy.
Oh no, I hadn't. I don't watch the news. I'm bad. Jeez, I saw some pictures of potholes that were like, waist deep. I was on Reddit and I saw some interesting pictures of guys like a cop standing in a pothole up to like here. Like real life Michigan potholes. Made me think of Rascal Farmer. You gotta live with that shit. I hope he's doing all right. Hold on 1 second, guys.
Apprentice, say something. You're just a little bit low when Dude was talking. Your volume was a little low, so I was just checking to make sure I could hear you good. Yeah, now I can. Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Dude, it's sick. That's the best. That's the best one I've ever cooked. It's got 3 freaking I don't know how you call those, where they the bubbles come through. Yeah, perks, I guess. It's got 3 of them in it, and man, it is. We needed something so that we could put my email on it, and the one we had was just a little kind of chintzy. Wanted to fall over all the time, so I said I want something new. So we got that last night, and yeah, it smokes really, really good. It's heavy and right. I hear you. No, we did all of our water change, everything this morning, and we right in the middle of it, like, hey, let's go. I want to see what that bung smokes with flour, because we did some hash with it last night. So I wanted to see how we do with some flour on it. And man, it smokes great. Really, really pleased. And it's heavy, so I don't worry about it breaking or falling over. Mm-hmm. Dude, you hit like 2 really good rips off of it.
Hiding in the back. Sorry. I was muted there for a moment. I had to talk to the owner of the coffee shop here. I was doing a solid and bought a home grill sandwich that I saw up at the freaking 7-Eleven spanging, and apparently she's like bird bathing in the bathroom or something. I'm like, oh no, I don't know her. Don't know me. Adam. SOCKS, right? So, all right. Now that we got that out of the way, we can get back to the task at hand, which is and we didn't even get a topic this week. That's like how terrible like I've been. I haven't even had a chance to like sit down and write up a topic or get anything like thought out. Though we kind of already were starting to talk about environmentals and weather, and that's something we all kind of hold near and dear. Did you actually spring for that Netatmo there, Apprentice? Or are you muted? No, he's not muted. Where is he? Am I muted? I'm not muted.
Echo.
I have a little echo.
Yep.
I shouldn't. I'm on the headset. I don't know where Apprentice went. But about your weather there being AC worthy. Am I here? Did you lose me?
I got you.
You got me?
I can hear Apprentice.
Are we here?
Yep. Or you were for a minute. Apprentice,
I was what?
Him.
I can't hear him. Are you hearing him in Discord? Are you still in Discord? Is that why you're having an echo?
Maybe. Let's see, bro.
I had to drop out. Yeah, you guys are both still in the Discord chat. You're talking to each other in there, but not in here. I don't know how y'all did that.
I don't know
somehow,
how I did that either.
Some kind of magic.
Are we good?
I can hear you. I could still hear you the full time. I think you're in both, but I think he's only in one or something, or maybe
I dropped out.
Microphone's on the other one.
It was still in Discord. I'm not in anymore.
And that's probably where the echo is coming from. And he's probably sitting over there responding to me. Yeah, Apprentice, we can hear you in Discord, but we can't hear you, and I'm not in Discord anymore, so I dropped out, at least for the moment. Well, hopefully get that all polished out.
Definitely taking advantage of the environment when it's cooler, because when it gets hot.
Yeah, and you run your lights at night, right, because you're in a predominantly warm environment like I am. I mean, I do have a few months of freezing cold weather in the winter, however, in the summertime and fall and spring instead of cold.
Can you hear me now, guys?
Yeah, I got you.
There you are.
I had to back out and come back. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So somehow you were still in Discord, but not here.
Yeah, I had disconnected from Discord, but it threw me back in somehow. So.
No,
how about now, Dewey? Can you hear me?
I'm going to put a link up. Yeah, we can hear you. I'm going to put a link up in SciEnts Extended, too, just in case.
It's there.
Because I forgot to put it at everyone in Discord chat, so I probably missed tagging some people. That might be where like Lefty and Ghost and are all like, oh, what the hell? Because I didn't hit at everyone. That's what we get. We got 4 viewers though. That's not bad for a freaking brand new channel. I mean, we ain't hitting the numbers we were on mine, but like it's blowing up quick, dude. It's nice. It's nice to see a new channel launch and like double in size every week. All right. Possum's Addict's back. He's in chat and out of voice. And let's get Possum a wrench. This is the thing about having the damn new channel is that now I got to go back and add everybody as a mod because nobody's got the wrench anymore. So now you're unable to make links.
That last week. I didn't even think about it while I was hosting.
That's all right. I got the crown, so I'll hand out the wrenches.
You run the show way better than the guest hosts.
Dude, it's just practice. It's not about running a show. That's the thing. Is the more you do it, the better you get at it, or the more natural it comes. I still feel like I'm terrible. Whenever I watch somebody who does this like regularly, or has been doing it longer, I look at them and I'm like, oh man, I wish I could do that, but I can't. Yeah, just like growing, man. Just because you can't do what Vader's doing now doesn't mean you can't do it later. Just practice, practice, practice.
I'm hoping that we can do it later.
That's why I am an apprentice, because I'm still learning, and I feel like, I don't care how many years I've grown outside. Indoor is an entirely new monster.
Well, indoor, outdoor, there's so many aspects to it. And I think the mindset that you've got there is the important thing, is that we all have to remember that we're all apprentices, and we're all, I always say the first thing that turns me off to somebody is when they start claiming to be a master grower. I'm like, now I don't want to listen to you anymore. You tell me you figured it all out?
I'll tell you right now, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, go join Jorge Cervantes and Ed Rosenthal, and go write a book, sell it to High Times.
Yeah, and everybody else.
Maybe that's what's for you, but not for me.
No, I'd rather just figure out my system and grow my stuff.
Well, and learn more every day, and every experience that we have, you can take a new piece of knowledge for it, whether it's, controlling pests or environment, or providing adequate nutrient balance, pH or EC or whatever, you know what I mean? Sergeant Schultz, I know nothing.
Nothing, I see nothing, I know nothing.
See, I would have said Jon Snow, but, that's me because I'm a Game of Thrones guy. Oh, yeah, sorry. So I'm over here eating breakfast.
All right, sorry about
what? Sorry, what? What'd you do? What'd you do now?
Stopping and choking.
Damn it, Apprentice, you killed Kenny.
Oh, I killed Kenny. Fuck Kenny. He was worthless.
Yeah, so I'm getting ready. I've been hesitant with the cold environment. I got those Astro Chimp F2s, and we've all been kind of like hesitant to pop them, everybody that's got them, just because we've got other shit going on. So it looks like this week might be the week, and we might all get a few of those soaked. I've just been with temperatures. I've literally been tapping like high 50s sometimes in veg, because that's where my intake pulls through, and that's the coldest air. It drives me nuts, man. I can't stand tapping 50 degrees in there, and I'm not going to try and germ seeds.
84 in my nursery.
84?
Ooh. Yeah. I need a heating pad.
A heat pad? You need a preheater for your air.
Yeah. Well, no, the deal is the veg portion of the TIE Fighter is attached to the outer door. Oh. So the outer door has, some amount of air leak on it, and is less insulated than the rest of the shed. And it just tends to seep cold air in there. When it's 1 degree outside, that seep will just drop it down, even with the freaking lights right there. Uh-oh. Somebody's dying.
Huh.
Who's dying?
Apprentice.
No.
Woo.
Not me. I somehow sat down here without anything. Here's that.
You what?
Yeah, I know.
You did not.
Yeah, I did. Be right back.
We will excuse you so you can fix that situation and be rendered medicated. Marty, why are you silenced there, buddy?
Oh, there's UCG.
Oh, UCG popped in. Okay, I see why. Awesome. What up, brother?
What up, American One? Thanks for joining us.
Hey, hey. American One in the house.
Oh. I got a hey. It sounded like you were auto-tuned there for a minute.
Can you hear me now?
We got you now, loud and clear. Oh, you're going to use that tax return to get a 12 by 20? Jesus Christ, that's a huge one, Possum.
Yeah, that's get her done, buddy.
I just ordered my 4x4 tent. I'm going to get out of that.
Baby steps, though. I'm telling you, don't try and kill yourself. You don't know how hard it's been. I swear to God, I blew up too big, too fast, and it's been a struggle catching back up.
Yeah, I'm going to move out of that veg closet, and my tent will be here Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do it for a while.
So you have a fresh. Oh, yeah. How big are we going for veg now?
I'm just cramped to fill
4x4?
the closet. And two, another thing that I want to come when I'm running my air conditioner and my room is a little more sealed. I'm going to take a few plants and put in there in that tent and flower them in that tent and with those CO2 bottles, and I can get a really good, accurate example of how well those T&Bs work in a tent.
In a closed environment.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to seal back up. As soon as I start flipping these guys to flower, I think I'm going to seal up the system and close everything off, remove my intake vent, and start running CO2 instead. And that'll be an easy way to remove the ability for any outside spores, no matter how small, to slip through a filter.
Exactly. Yeah, and
seal everything off and just feed them their own CO2.
So basically, I've got the tent for a few reasons. I also want to, I may wind up using it first before I move out of the little closet as a drying tent. I've been wanting to do that for a while. And I'm liable to end up with two tents, one for veg, one for drying only, and then flower just like I am.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Okay.
I was wanting a 5x5, but I got in there with a tape measure, man, and it doesn't sound like much because it's only another foot, but that's just too big. I couldn't believe how much space that
5x5 eating up all your space.
It would take up the entire fucking corner, you know.
Jesus, Doobie went through 3 space heaters this winter. See, I use one of them oil heaters, and it does pretty well. It lasts a long time, but it doesn't have the room heating capability. Doobie's talking about keeping his rooms at 76 by going through space heaters like nobody's business.
I use a little ceramic heater, you know, the little black one, probably 6 inches tall. Has a high and low setting for the thermostat, and
I used to have one of those on my intake. That was a preheater, and I had it had a thermostat on it, and I could set it to like 72. That was back when I was in my 4x4 though, and I could do that. Now trying to take 100 square feet and use a little 6-inch, preheater, it's just not going to cut the butter.
As long as I don't have my filters evacuating the heat, it'll easily run mine well into the 80s. When I first started using it, I woke up one night and happened to glance at it on my way by to going to the bathroom, and it was 88 degrees in my fucking room in the dark. I was like, holy fuck. So I actually had to go in there, feel around, turn all the lights off in my house before I could even open the door. And so I'm feeling around, and making my way over to the heater and turned it down. And when I got back, everything was good.
I gotta say something to Possum's attic real quick, because he's saying when he's getting rid of some attic junk, he's going to use his attic. And I would recommend, especially in a red state, if you are, I'm not going to say you are, but if you are in a red state, I'd highly recommend staying away from attic grows. Those are a surefire way to get picked up by the freaking law.
Clear. Yep.
Your heat signature is going to pop up like a freaking sore thumb when they go over with those infrared choppers. And in red states, they still do that a lot.
That, and when it snows, it'll give you away. You have a big bald spot of snow on your roof.
Mm-hmm. They ain't even got to use a chopper. They drive down the street and be like, "What the hell's up with that house?"
Yep. Why is there snow?
He ain't got no snow on his roof.
By 10 area of his roof.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would recommend against that. But yeah, that's neat to be dialing in your rooms like that, UCG, and getting like everything, situated. But keep it slow and steady. Don't blow up too big too fast. I'm telling you, it'll keep you busier than you think.
You can tell me
busier
nothing,
than
man.
you want to be.
It's a full part-time job. I mean, it's been like
full part-time job.
Yeah, or are you trying to figure out how to back plants out of our formula? Because, oh my God.
What did Doobie say that he retracted? I can't view it. He removed it because he's a mod now. I can't see what he said. Now he's saying something about trying a green light. Have you tried the green light, UCG?
I do have it handy, but I've not had to go in there for anything in the dark. But next time that I do, I will be using it.
Yeah, I got a buddy that swears by the green light.
Well,
you know me, I'm just naughty, and I'll turn the whole damn lights on in the middle of friggin' flower. People, oh my God, you're gonna shock them, and I'm like, yeah, it's only for a couple of minutes. We'll be fine.
Now I realize I left it on for fucking 12 hours, but I'm a little shy of the green light. The green light sure did fuck my shit up.
So yeah, Possum, even though you're venting out, the deal is with lights and stuff up in an attic, you're going to get heat that's going to rise, and it's going to keep the room warmer than that of your neighbors, which have no heating in their attic, and their attics are cold. And your attic will be warm and will warm the interior of the roof sheathing, which will in turn warm your roof, which will in turn melt snow and provide like heat signature really easily. Your roof will like be several degrees warmer than that of your neighbors. Just saying. Just because he had to like jump back in there and chat on that. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
I think any dim light works. I don't think green is like a necessary spectrum. I think pretty much any dim light for checking around the flower. I've even heard tell of using orange or not red, but like a dim orange, like a lantern light, candlelight, something in that spectrum. That nice like 2K. Oh, okay. Well, if you're heating the room anyway, I mean, if you're not worried about it, I'm just saying be wary. If you're not worried about it, don't worry about it. Don't let me freaking jinx you. But when somebody drives by and you go, oh damn, now all that snow on my roof's melted. don't say Duber didn't tell you, because I saw that.
Yeah, that's one reason I positioned when I picked out the room in my house to make into a grow room. One reason that I strategically picked the one that I did is because it is basically that room. My fireplace and chimney is built into 2 walls of that room, and I feel like if they were to try to FLIR my house, then especially in the winter, that's what they're going to see is that hot flue. That's going to be the biggest.
Yeah, my shed's
thing.
pretty well insulated, and I also happen to have a gigantic oak tree like growing over the top of it. So from above, you can't even actually see my shed. It's under a tree, which provides a little more screening as well.
That's a thing here with me too. I'm under 3 huge oaks.
We've looked at it with the FLIR camera though, and you can see where my exhaust comes out. That's another benefit, the ceiling.
Well, and 2, I'm exhausting into my attic. That's where my hot air goes. And 2, if you do Google Maps on my house, you can't even see my house because of those trees. You can see my yard.
It's all
So
covered up.
technically, a helicopter would not be able to get over my house with the.
Yeah.
They don't
actually see it.
but I feel okay about it.
You know, like I said, don't let me jinx you. Don't let me make you feel uncomfortable. I'm not here to do that. We're just here to share knowledge. And yeah, it sounds like you've taken appropriate steps. If you got 4-inch foam sheets and the conduit, I mean, if you're going LEDs and all that insulation or whatever, you're probably fairly okay. I just, I see a lot of people trying to like slap stuff together on the cheap. And yeah, if you're doing everything all right with 4-inch foam and have all your freaking stuff stapled up, tied up, so nothing's hanging loose or leaking out, you'll probably be all right. Just be aware, be advised. Yeah, I thought it was warm enough to wear shorts today, but I think I probably still should have gone with a hoodie and pants. No jinx ahead of game, yeah. No jinxing. I won't jinx you, Possum, I swear. Everyone knows I don't jinx. I'm a lucky guy. I got good luck. Well, in my opinion, luck goes both ways. When you have good luck, you also have bad luck, but it kind of comes in cycles.
Well,
I like to think I got most of my bad luck out of the way. Can't we be a little of both? I mean, that's what this is all about. It's about, sharing knowledge so that we can, and at least do the best job that we can with the tools we've got. Yeah. I got you, Possum. I ain't jinxing you. We ain't gonna jinx you. Science got your back. And it sounds like you've taken appropriate precautions, so you probably be all right. Hey, man, we're all here to help. That's exactly what it's for. That's the whole point of the network, is to make sure that we're each other's support net. Because the more of us that are sharing together without being closed-minded about the whole philosophy of grow, or so many people are like, oh, I'm not going to tell you what pH I use or what nutrients I use. This is my special blend of my own personal private, and nobody gets to know it like that. And there's a lot of different ways to do this, and the more we share information with each other, the more apparent the different ways to do this become. Or something like that.
I agree. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there that I just don't know. But I want to learn how to grow in soil. I want to learn how to use that medium. But eventually, I have to be outside. I'm afraid I won't even consider doing that indoor. It's just me, for whatever reason.
Yeah, and it's a whole different beast outside. I mean, but you can learn good practices indoors. Oh, yes. Who was saying 100% neem? Possum? 100% neem? Yeah, learning good practices like that, making sure that your pests and your environment are under control, will help you understand better when you transition to an outdoor grow where you have to deal with nature, and you can kind of understand what the stresses and the effects on the plants are through their nature, more having run some cycles even indoors and experienced the difference in environment and the way that the plants respond to it. Gives you a better idea.
Right.
An Azamax. Ooh. Uh-oh. They got Azamax. I don't know about Azamax. There are, I mean, yes, it is a naturally derived product or whatever, but still, I'm on the fence with Azamax. I prefer to stick with neem, spinosad. I use insecticidal soaps, which is potassium salts of fatty acids. I will use dormant oil sometimes, which is a mineral oil based with a little bit of copper sulfate in it. It's a fungicide. But yeah, I won't use anything that's got like, I'm on the fence. I want to try the SNS with the rosmarinol, but I'm leery of anything systemic. And that's the thing with Azamax. Azamax is a systemic as well. And that gets into the cycle, and yes, it'll disrupt insect life cycles for sure, but it also has a half-life that makes me uncomfortable. I like stuff that breaks down fast. This reminds me of a discussion that I used to be in commercial agriculture for a long time, and there's a guy who wrote a book called Spraying for Our Future. I can't remember the author at the moment, but I'll probably dig it up and link it in the Discord Science White Papers link page later. But he talks about how sometimes using synthetics can be actually more beneficial as they have a shorter breakdown and are more specifically designed in certain cases than some organic methods, you know, that are considered preferable because of their organic nature, or organic derivative, you know, they are derived from an organic source, but they actually have longer breakdowns and half-lives and whatnot. Yeah, I'm with American One. Beneficial bugs sounds really cool to me. I would love to just absolutely infest my room with nematodes and you know, ladybugs or mantids. I take mantids in there whenever I find them in the yard. I always like, whenever I find one, I'll bring one in. And we're about to come into ladybug season, so I could probably get some free ones here real soon. There's a couple spots up by my house where literally the ground is just swarmed with ladybugs a couple times out of the year. You can go scoop them up by the coffee can full.
Who's got them here?
I should figure out how to sell them. I could probably make some money on ladybugs. What do you get for a thing of ladybugs these days? Anybody buy those lately? I haven't bought ladybugs in years. What are you paying for them ladybugs? Possums, are you buying ladybugs, or you get lots of ladybugs and go scoop them up with a coffee can like me? My ladybugs are all frozen. Yeah, everything's frozen at my house. My next door neighbors, they left their faucet a trickle and went out of town for the last week, and the temperatures were so low that while the flow pipes, you know, the water pipes were okay, and it kept the water flowing, it got so cold that their drain pipes froze, and it plugged up all their drains and flooded the entire half of their house. Kind of sexy. So you got to take that in consideration when you're leaving water running a trickle, just to make sure the pipes don't freeze. Think about your output pipes too. Yeah, that's a real important thing about IPM, America. When you bring up a good point there, when you're addressing an IPM, the I in IPM stands for integrated, which means that it has to be site specific and environment specific, and it is tailored specifically to your operation, whatever your local pests are, whatever your local conditions are. You know, some people fight PM, some people fight thrips, some people fight both, some people get spider mites, some people get, you know, fungal rot or pythium, or whatever's in your, you know, locale is going to differ depending on your locale and your setup and your methodology. So you kind of have to work that IPM into, you know, whatever works best for you. So that's why, like I say, I don't fuck with Azimax. That's not because I don't think Azimax works or I have a cross to bear against Azimax or something. Personally, I just think the half-life on it is a little long. But if it works for you, then it works for you. Who am I to judge? Now, when I get my Cannabis Cup Judges Pass, then I can be the one to judge. And then I will judge you all. Or maybe not. Yeah, spider mites, man. Uh-oh, Possum's Addict's like, damn it, that ain't neem. What is it? What did he get? If you didn't get neem, what did you get? Well, you know, Azimax is okay as long as you use it properly and you keep aware that it does have that half-life, so you don't want it to, it's kind of like the SNS 209. You never want to use that during flower. You want to like stop use of that at flip or a week or so before flip, depending on the length of run of your strain, because it does have a half-life of greater than 4 weeks, and that makes you kind of wonder what gets into the flowers. Because I feel like anything that you're adding to your regimen while it's in flowering statement or in flowering cycle, and it's a systemic like Azimax or even like neem is, you don't want to add that in flower, because the plant's going to uptake it and it's going to use parts of it, you know, and the oils are going to end up in there. They don't degrade very fast. You know, anything that's got kind of oil base, even if it's an organic oil like rosemary or, you know, neem or whatever, it's still aphids. Yuck. Yes, ladybugs are good to get rid of aphids and also pretty much any kind of sucking insects. They love to farm them. Nice. We got a couple people tuning in at the. Oh, we're not even at the hour mark, and we're getting a bump. That's nice. We're only at 40 minutes in, and we already got a little bump in viewership. Don't forget to thumbs up and unsubscribe and all that YouTube fuckery, like I always remind y'all to do. Where's Apprentice? He's like on permanent mute there. Hiding out in chat. Time to do a friggin' dab. That's what we're missing. Corey Rosin. Where's Corey out of Sunday? Did we actually have Hash Church today?
Yes,
I saw something come out from Bubble Man.
I think they did.
I wasn't sure if it was an actual Hash Church episode or if it was just a because I thought it said something about an interview. I didn't think it was an actual Hash Church. Oh, it's because of all the freaking soy fields around you, Doobie? That sucks, man. That's the thing is IPM, you got to take into account whatever like I said, your environment is. So if you're in a place where there's a lot of agricultural activity, you got to deal with all the shit that brings with it, unfortunately. And yeah, if you got soy fields all around you, you're going to get predators from the soy. That's the one nice thing about being in SoCal is the freaking fact that it's desert and there's not as much living out there. There's no lush green, high humidity, perfect environment for shit to grow. It's pretty dry here most of the year, which leads me to battle my humidity up instead of down. And it is what it is. It's good for some things, not for others. Uh-oh. Possum tolerance is trashed. He can't take it. See, I was discussing this with somebody the other day, and oh, dude, you smoke a lot. And I go, well, I got to train for cups, man. When you go to cups, you got to smoke a lot. Everybody's expecting you to, and if you don't, you look like an idiot. You know what I mean? You're supposed to smoke like crazy. So like I'm in this constant state of cup training, I guess, where I have to keep my tolerance up. Otherwise, what good am I? I'm gonna fall over when I go to the cups. Y'all won't be able to meet me or say hi or nothing. I'll just fall over, take a nap in the corner or something. Go hit the freaking couch. I need a refill on some coffee, and all this quarts and quarts of coffee are making me need to take a leak. So I think I'm gonna go do my business real quick. Do any of you guys have a anecdote or story or whatever? Since I can't put the music on without OBS. Where's UCG or Apprentice? They're just hiding there and making green, and I do all the work.
That's typical.
And now we got freaking sirens. So, all right, bear with me a moment. I gotta go use the restroom. I will point y'all at the lovely. Oh, what up, T-Man? Thank you for subscribing. I'll point y'all at the lovely fountain, and y'all can watch that for a minute, if nothing else. Holy crap, we got a big old bump. That's what happens when I say I'm gonna go use the restroom when the sirens come. Here comes a bunch of viewers. What up, T-Man? Here, we'll give you a wrench. We'll be right back in just a moment. I have to get away from these sirens.
I've been running back and forth. My flood table is running right now, so I've been kind of taking some plants out of the way that are in flush, and I don't want them to get nutrients.
Ah, I got you. What do you do? Put them on a rack or something? Or how does that work?
Those two blue dreams are in flush, and I just flush them by hand from the top. And so I have to remove those from the flood table before it kicks on.
Oh, okay. Does it now? Okay, so you just pull them out of the tray, or do you put something under them to raise them up above the water level?
I just take them right out. Now, one of them is actually sitting in there, and it has a catch tray under it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's too heavy to float, and the water level actually ebbs off about an inch from the top of that catch tray. So it can't get into that one anyway. I don't actually have to move that one, but I don't have another tray big enough to set the other one in. So I just have to take it out and set it on the table.
I got you. We did all our water changes this morning for the week. And I'll check them on Tuesday. Do all my top offs on Tuesday.
Yeah, I've been topping off
top
mine every day. Every morning I go in and top mine off with the what collects in my damn dehumidifier overnight.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I just pour it right in on the table and it drains down into my reservoir, and I'll give it a little time and fart around in there doing something else, and then I'll go in and check the pH and everything and make sure I'm good. And I've not had to adjust anything yet.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess as long as I can clean, it should be fine.
As long as I can keep my my temps under 75 degrees, I don't really have any pH swings. If it goes up higher than that for too long, it wants to creep up a little bit on me.
Right.
But that's one thing I like about Canna, man. They hold pretty well. It stays pretty good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm using advanced, so the pH perfect line, and it seems to do well for us. We haven't had really any issues at all with it.
Right. Yeah, I've never run any advanced. I've just always the only two nutrients I've ever run are Canna and Elite. I ran some Elite nutrients for a while, and that's good shit. It really is. Med Grower 1 has always been one of my idols, I guess you could say, or my someone I looked up to in growing, and he was running Elite nutrients for a while, and that's when I got on them, and I loved it. I've still got some of it.
Yeah, he's running Blue Planet now, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah.
I heard Blue Planet. What are we talking about?
He's talking about Med Grower 1 and Blue Planet nutrients he's running.
Mm-hmm.
Where he used to run Elite, and that's why UCG was running Elite there for a little bit. And now he's running. He's running now Canna now, and he's on Med Grower 1 was doing Blue Planet. And I run Satan's nutrients and run advanced. Everybody else, they do good for me. I can't
Satan's
complain.
nutrients.
I can't complain.
So here's the deal with Blue Planet. So my feel on Blue Planet is pretty much repackaged GH, even down to the colors almost.
Wow.
I don't know if you've looked at the General Hydro line and the Blue Planet line,
That's the first
but they both look they both look real similar, and they both have very similar recipes. And like I'm saying, I'm not saying those kinds of things don't work. You're out there crushing it with advanced nutrients, and there's people out there crushing it with freaking General Hydro all freaking time, all the time. There's empires that are built on that shit, and yet it reminds me of the same kind of movement in slow food. You know what I mean? I worked in the restaurant industry for a long time. And for years and years and years, nobody gave a crap about calories or fat content or gluten or any of that. And it's only recently that people have become, I don't want to say more educated, but pseudo-educated. You know what I mean? They think they know something. And so they've got some fake news off Facebook, and their friend's Facebook profile told them that they might have a gluten allergy if they exhibited certain symptoms. And so they self-diagnose, and then all of a sudden they're experts in their field. And it feels the same way with cannabis nutrients, where people are like, oh, I heard from so-and-so that this kind of nutrient contains heavy metals, and the heavy metals end up in your and I'm like, do you not understand how chelation works? They don't end up in the cannabis.
Nope.
I mean, it takes a lot of fucking work to get heavy metals to be uptaken by cannabis. You'd have to absolutely starve it from everything it needed. And you know what I mean?
Right.
And there's traces of it that end up in everything. People who think they're living their lives without heavy metals aren't breathing air, drinking water.
Right, exactly.
And it kind of reminds me of that whole scene, where people are like, oh, does this have gluten? How long was this flushed? The ash doesn't look, and I'm like, that's not what white ash means. White ash means it's been dried properly. That's it. If your ashes aren't white, it's not because there's residual salts in there that are making them not white. It's because there's additional grease in there, or grease and water, which makes soot.
Yeah, I've noticed, not to cut you off, but the other day we were on and I was harvesting one of those plants, and I was putting some in the brown bag to sample early in a few days. I have noticed by doing that like the first couple of joints, like 3 days down the road when it's drying up to actually roll a joint and get smoke, them first couple of joints got some terrible looking ash. The joint doesn't burn that well, but now I'm sort of to the end of that.
Once the moisture content is right,
and the shit is burning a lot better, the ashes look better, and what's in the jars is going to be way better. As far as the ash, you know what I mean.
Right.
I think,
but it's all about proper drying and curing with the ash. You know what I mean? And honestly, if it's properly dried and cured, the darker the ash, the better. That white ash thing is kind of a joke. That means that you have less tar. I mean, think about it like that. The greasier your roach is, that means there was more tar in that joint, and that means there was more resin in that joint, which means there was more THC in that joint.
Right.
I've noticed that the ash looks more or less gray most of the time. If you take
a good ash will have a little gray or even a beige tinge to it occasionally.
Exactly.
Like some really heavy stuff will have that kind of like where it's almost cream colored.
Exactly.
Not really white, but more of a creamy, like a Navajo eggshell.
Alabaster.
Sherwin-Williams ad here.
If it worked like that, then what about the people that grow in soil that can't flush? You know what I mean? Those 1,000-gallon friggin' pots you see out in the friggin' Mendo hillsides. Those guys feed their plants nutrients sometimes. There's guys out there that are growing with salt, not just all organic hippie shit. How do you flush that out? You don't. The plants chelate what they need to and don't what they don't. What up, Mischief Mike? Let's get that man a wrench.
Mischief Mike in the house. What's up, Mischief Mike?
Hell yeah. Don't forget to freaking thumbs up and subscribe and all y'all folks, because we're building this channel and it's building fast.
We are trying to build this channel, so let's make sure we subscribe. Try to comment and shit too, guys. We want to know what you guys want to talk about, what you want to hear about.
Yeah. I mean, you guys give us more feedback. We'll come up with more topics. A lot of the things that we talk about are things that come up in Discord, the things that we're dealing with on a regular basis in our grows and whatnot. And so we end up discussing it because it's what we've got going on. If there's something specific that y'all would like to hear about, just ask. And I'm always down to answer questions. And so's anybody else on the freaking group. You know what I mean? That's the thing, is we're here to pass knowledge around just like a doobie.
Yes, sir, buddy. What's the topic, son?
Mr. Marduber, you seem to be someone who has had quite a bit of experiences in not such a long time of growing. Have you ever, we all know, let me start over. We all know that certain plants will, if you let them go too long, they will start to, in an effort to reproduce, then they will throw nanners. We all know that happens, right?
Yeah, I just had that.
Okay, I'll remember that wonky ass plant that I just took down a while back, the Master Kush that had the problems.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I let that thing go. I'm gonna say like 80 days before I took it down. And the day that I was taking it down, you know, I'm looking at it and I was surprised at how well it actually looked, and it almost came out of its stupor before it was actually just out of time and I needed to take it down. Well, there were no nanners on this thing. So I hang them up. The two longest buds were 17 inches, the colas. And I hung them up.
Here's the deal.
Hold on, man.
The more heavily sativa cross, you're going to get less chance of nanners too. Just FYI.
I hung them up. And so yesterday, I took them down to buck them off of the main stem and trim them, dry trim them. And do you know that I was finding little nanners all over them? that were not there when I cut them motherfuckers off the plant.
They weren't. They were there. They weren't exposed until the calyx pulled back when they dried.
Right.
That what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, we're literally, there were no yellow nanners on that plant when I cut it from the main plant.
They were there. They were just swollen in. This is what happens: is during that bud swell, sometimes they'll end up being in there but buried, and you don't see them. You couldn't even see them with a scope because they're completely buried up in the in the calyxes. And then when the water weight is lost, once they begin to dry and the calyxes begin to pull back, then you start to see things like more hairs too. I mean, you get more pistils.
It is some hairy shit. I will give it that.
And you'll take stuff down, and then it'll look kind of fuzzy, but not that fuzzy. And then a week later, you're like, dang, all the freaking hairs just pop.
Oh yeah. But I'll tell you, man, the smoke is surprisingly good. It smells it's almost got a eucalyptus type smell to it. It smells real medicine-y. And I kind of figured it would taste like shit, but it's quite good actually. I couldn't believe it.
The American one says the sativas herm perhaps more. I think that they herm less. Not that they don't herm, American one. They herm less due to lengthy flower times.
And see,
I think the indica genes are the ones that tend to be the ones that throw nanners, at a late date. You do a day 60 or whatever, and there's a lot of factors go into herming for sure. But I find that the sativas are less likely to throw them late. They're more likely to have maybe those, like he was saying, little ones buried up inside the stuff that you didn't even see, and that may have been there the whole time and just.
And I want to make.
You don't even know they're buried.
I've grown that Master Kush, that particular what I call my camo cut, for a couple of years now, and I've never had any issues with herming ever. Of course, I've never let the plant go that long either. I mean, it's always done at about 60 to 63 days.
Yeah,
and I let it.
Master Kush should be a pretty heavy indica too, so that's why you're usually running 65 days or whatever, 63 days.
It never as long as that one was either. It usually is like tennis balls.
I got a poison OG that got too cool and it just kept going. Yeah, I mean, and the things that Mischief Mike's on, herming's more about stress than anything. It's just the differential type of stress in the genetics. Some genetics stress on different points. Exactly. Unless you have bad genetics and your setup's on point, or something weird happens, like you have to run them 80 days, you shouldn't get that. But when shit happens and shit wobbles, that's when that kind of stuff comes out. That's why like ninjas out there trying to freaking grow stuff in the middle of winter, running it through stress tests just to see
what it can make it do.
Yeah, to see how much stress it can take before it starts to do weird stuff. And that's really important, because it all boils down to genetics and how like clean your pool is. You know what I mean? How honest your pool is.
True. There's some.
And yeah, I wasn't trying to crap on you, American one. I understand what you were saying about the sativas herming, and it does seem to happen. They do seem to like to reproduce, and I've found a lot of sativas that will just have like a rando male flower under the base of something somewhere and just a few seeds around it. But the cleaner your genetics are, the less that kind of issue happens. Because good breeders will test that shit out, and they will make sure that those kinds of things don't get passed down into your beans.
Yeah, like Doobie was trying to say in the chat, he was trying to herm his shit, and I remember him saying that he had the light coming on like 2 in the middle of the bud cycle for weeks, and it still wouldn't herm. I'm like, God Almighty,
yep,
that's crazy. I couldn't imagine doing that to my plants. They'd be all to hell.
I just wanted to make sure, American one. I just wanted to make sure. I wasn't trying to make no hate. You know me. I'm always playing the freaking middle ground. Never in there trying to freaking crap on anybody's parade.
Hell yeah, you got good genetics, Doobie.
Hey,
Bitch, we got a
Doobie, did
bunch
you
of new
get your light?
subscribers too.
Do we got a bunch of new subscribers? That's awesome. I hope people are tuning in to watch.
Chicken place.
Bingus done me a solid last night. Bingus gave me a shout out on the Grandmaster Level show last night. He did like an impromptu live too about some kind of about trollers. But anyway, they were on for several hours. And Bingus done me a solid. Hell, I gained like 5 subscribers like instantly.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
It's always good to get freaking shouted by the other homies, you know. I mean, that's an important part of the whole freaking tube network, and sharing knowledge and getting other people on our page is, you know, spreading it around, making connections.
Yeah, man. So while Doobie's in chat, I've got some of his genetics going in. Be 30 days from now when I pop seeds again. And on deck right now, I put them in there, took them out of the water. They sank overnight, and took them out and put them in the root right plugs. And I have 11 more cowbell. And honestly, I'm not sure what the name of the other one. I have 6 of the other one, and they are from. There's some that Resin had sent me. It's a purple strain. The picture of it is beautiful, but it is from 2nd generation genetics. And on the back of the tag, it's written with a pen, but it says XBJK. Whatever that is what the seeds are. But the picture
it says XVJK.
Yes, sir. Yes. I'll see if I can't. Let me get that thing, and I'll see if I can't show it to you. It is a purple strain, and when I say purple, I mean like purple-er than ninja fruit.
Damn.
So I've got 6 of those. On a bad note, as I dumped the bag of more cowbell into the water, 5 of the 11 sank immediately. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out. I don't expect those to pop. All of the other ones took them back out.
I don't know about that. I've had ones that like to float, and I've had ones that like to sink, and I've had both types pop. I wouldn't say that it's 100% no-go if they all want to be floaters. Some just are like that. Seeds floating tend to be based on fat content and air content. Both of those can go.
They sunk overnight, but the 5 of them, as quick as they hit the water, they never even attempted to float. They just went. They floated like rocks.
Hey, Mischief Mike, I'm doing better with the cable management. Don't rag on me too hard. I am improving. We will do another live stream from the TIE Fighter soon so that American One can see the stuff. And I have been fixing my. And yes, T-Man, he is running Bodhi gear.
Yes, yeah, the more cowbell are Bodhi, yes.
What I want to get a hold of is some of that freaking, what is it, the Tony Clifton.
I am really excited about the cowbell.
I love some of these names, though.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I'm wondering if that's what got me so intrigued.
Big Bomb.
More cowbell.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling. You know, and I was trying to figure out where I'd heard that before, and that's a term that you hear like in music rehearsal and shit like that. Let's add more cowbell to the back end, you know, something like that. It really is. Yeah. So I'm thinking someone at Bodhi Seeds is a musician.
Yeah. Well, they're trippy people, dude. Like, yeah, I've talked to them on Instagram a little bit, and they're interesting.
That's a trippy.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I need to follow them. I don't guess I. Well, I know them.
I had some water. What's wrong with that?
Hey, I'll have a pro tip. I think I call it a pro tip.
Pro
I
tip.
think, does anybody do this? I use their plastic, I guess, or vinyl plant tags. I get them from Amazon, like 100 of them for $4, and they are 1 inch wide and about 6 inches long. Um, but I found I found that I have a collection, quite the collection of old ones from past grows. So I have taken the time and a cotton ball and alcohol and wiped all the ink off of them. The Sharpie will wipe right off of them with alcohol, and I'm able to reuse them. So that's
I reuse my tags.
it's pretty cool.
We do the same thing with ours.
I like
We
to
actually
write on
take
them
those
with
long
pencil.
ones and cut them in half. We
What's
cut
that,
another
Green
point on
Diamond?
the other end, and we take those same tags, those long ones. We put a point on the other end, and then cut them in half, and we just use them. We just use halves.
Yeah,
We'll
I
have
do
them
the
forever.
same.
One package just lasts forever.
Yeah, Diamond, I do the same thing for my small plants. And like when they're in the little peat cup, the 5-inch peat cups, or cocoa cups, whatever, I'll use them. I'll do the very same thing. And I've also taken, like the ones that I have in tomato cages, I will take a hole puncher and punch in a tag and then hang the tag somewhere from the cage. It just makes it a little easier. I don't have to reach in or spin the plant around trying to find where the tag is.
I spent so much time looking at mine. I know what they look like. I don't even have to. I know exactly which ones they are just by their structure.
Well, it's not so much which strain for me, but the dates. I lose track of which was flowered on what date a lot.
Oh,
and
that makes sense. I understand.
I have to look at the tags.
I've been working on trying to decipher the new California barcode system that they've got going in, and I am working on instigating a new plan that's got barcodes so I can scan them with my phone with a QR code, and then update them by that.
Oh, that's slick. I want that.
So you can just walk by and like scan each plant and go move to flower.
Yeah, absolutely. I want that. But you know
Yeah,
me,
there's
I like all that techie shit anyway.
There's an app that I've been messing with for a couple of years now called Grow Buddy, and it's available for the iPhone and the Android, and it's also like a regular Windows app that you can use on your computer for full functionality, or I think they have a Apple version as well, but you can use the full version on the computer, and then you can do updates and stuff from your phone, and it logs everything like as far as EC and PPMs and pH and everything, absolutely everything. It covers. You every time you water, and every time you feed, and every time you can check all your environmentals. It's got slots for all that stuff, and then it assigns each plant a unique identifier code, a little 6-digit code or whatever, alphanumeric. And then you can like add. I don't know. We'll play with. I'll put a link up and we can all check it out.
Okay,
but
yeah,
it's a neat app. It takes a little time to set it up and get used to using it and whatever, but it's kind of fun once you do. And it provides these neat grow journals at the end, which shows you like all your means and averages, and yeah, it's pretty conclusive. It's got everything built in.
Okay, Rich, I'm gonna go check
I just want to find a way for it to match up with the environmental sensors so that it will take the readings directly from my environmental sensor and plug it right into my grow journal so that I don't have to make that observation. I think Tejas Mary Jane is working on something like that. He's got some kind of system. I don't want to lose my 170 followers. Wait, Mr. Mike, what are you doing to lose your? Would Instagram ban me if you? I would probably stay away from the LCD tabs. Yeah, for sure. But you could probably post pictures of your mushrooms. There's plenty of people that do mycology and stuff on Instagram, and I don't see them getting banned left and right. Though you never know. I don't know if you guys just heard, but there was a court ruling this week that they're going to allow courts to now hold internet content providers liable for the content they allow to be put up.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a major change in tort law that's going to allow basically people to sue YouTube for their kids watching a YouTube video that they learned to do something on YouTube. That, you know what I mean? Say some kid like watches a bike jump video and then jumps his bike off the roof like some, famous, then they can actually sue and be like, oh yeah, no, they put that content out there and advertised that as something that was okay to do. And
That's
look what happened.
insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. When are people going to
So
take
that's the thing
responsibility for their own actions?
Apparently,
Never.
never.
Not
Can we
not
just
as long as we
accountability?
have a system.
Wow.
As long as we have a system of laws in place to ensure that we don't have to take direct action, that the government handles it for us, they won't. I mean, that's plain and simple. I'm not a big fan of every once in a while somebody will call me a Republican because I'll say something like this. But I think if you're going to punish people, do it publicly, not privately.
Right.
It drives me nuts. I'm not a fan of the death penalty by any means, but it drives me nuts that they will allow it to go on, but only in private. You know what I mean? Keep it real quiet. We're not going to allow any cameras in here. I'm like, no, they should be preempting every freaking channel for that. If somebody deserved to die and be convicted to die by the government, then I think every freaking citizen should have to watch it.
It's a modern
live.
I mean, just like they put the president up, might as well put that up. I agree.
Yep.
Yeah.
Preempt everything.
It's a modern version of the hanging on the
That's how you remind people that the system is there. When they see people on, and I think it's more like the school shootings. Green Diamond, here you go. Here's one for you. Nobody ever talks about that. Nobody wants to talk about school shootings. But the first school shooting happened in the 1850s. It's nothing new. As long as we've had guns in schools. It's happened over and over and over again, and it's going to keep happening. As long as people understand that it's something that can happen. It's not the act itself that's the problem. It's the publicization of the act where they're out there promoting it and the news media won't shut up about it. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm not saying hide from it and act like it didn't happen, but, everything gets that way. Everything, I mean, from hurricane, when we went through the hurricane season, that's the same thing. Every freaking storm was the end of the world coming, and it's like people were because it was
publicized,
right? And then people,
and it's like it happens all the time, every freaking X amount of years. You know what I mean?
You guys do it. It's like they do it just to supercharge the economy. It's ridiculous. People
Fear,
just lose their mind, right? They fear mongering.
Because when people are scared, they're less likely to,
ask legitimate questions.
Yeah, they just go along with the rest of the sheep, and they're all scared. Keep the sheep, afraid, and they'll just keep milling around.
Right, that's correct.
Yep. Statistically, with the number of people and the number of whatever numbers-wise, if you went and looked at it, like Mischief Mike's saying about statistics, yeah, we're safest we've ever been. There's longest lifespans and less infant mortality and whatever. But the news likes to spin it into this big fiery thing to keep us cowed, to keep us sheepy.
Right. I hate that.
And Possum and T-Man are over here raising tomatoes and peppers. No sheep here, only wolves. See, but this is the issue, is then the sheep get scared of you and you act like a wolf. And then they all look at you, and that's the deal, is we're here to kind of help normalize this and make people realize that just because we are doing something that the government doesn't necessarily 100% agree with, growing cannabis, that we're not different. We're not scary. We're not gangsters. We're just normal guys that you would never ask, never think.
Wait,
that
we're not scary gangsters?
We're the sheepdog.
I thought we were all scary gangsters. Isn't that what this science group is? I thought, I took my beat down.
I ain't got my science tattoo yet. I got my ocean grown one though.
There you go. I'm gonna get a science tattoo.
You really have an ocean grown tattoo?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No.
No,
So
I'm definitely getting the science tattoo.
Y'all know the Marduber logo, right? With the TIE Fighter logo? And in the center of that is the ocean grown leaf and wave. Oh, I got a toddler getting ready to jump in the stream. Oh, and he's down. Ouch. Uh-oh.
What'd you do, Marty? You were backhanded?
Oh, no, dude. He just went down. It wasn't me. I promise. I didn't do anything. He was just running around in the. We got that Vinca minor growing in the planter behind me, and he was like running around in it. And, you know, that stuff's got all the little vines. I think he just got caught up on it. Yeah. Sorry for the screaming kids. No snowflakes. People. That's what we call the crying people. Snowflakes. Yeah. Unicorns. We call it mariposas. Up here we call them mariposas. Butterflies. But yeah, we got a lot of that here in SoCal. There's just so many people that are like so entitled to their opinion that it's gotten to the point where it's ridiculous, and they'll sue over anything, which is kind of why that like YouTube shit is scary. That like they're gonna start making content providers. We like I was saying earlier, Mystic Grower lost her live streaming privileges. Y'all know Misty, right?
Yep.
Right.
So she got cut. So if anybody's not subbed up to her new channel, she's got a link to it on one of her last videos, but she had to make a new channel so that she could continue to live stream. You know what she got busted for? Reviewing a CBD isolate.
God.
She got her privileges revoked for smoking a CBD isolate, which is not even like no THC.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's one thing you'll never see is consumption on my channel. Of course, you'll never see my face.
you gotta be careful with it. Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
Pedro got his.
Seems like all the people getting knocked down, it has something to do with using or manufacturing.
Promoting things that they don't like. That's all it's about. Are you promoting anything that they're not happy about? Yeah, well, screw you. You can't do that.
Did y'all see the Lex Blazar? I don't know if you guys follow Lex. He had a video up this morning that I saw about they went through and went in and against his. He didn't even know it until he just happened to see it. They went in and put age restriction on a whole bunch of his videos all at once. I used to put age restriction on all of mine, but I can't do it if I upload from my phone. But the phone is so much quicker. It takes about 4 hours to upload a video on my laptop, where the same video can be done in 20 minutes on my phone.
Exactly.
So
because it's using multiple connections rather than just the Wi-Fi or whatever. It's using the Wi-Fi and the data or whatever, and using multiple ports.
Yeah, but I can't.
But when you do it that way, it doesn't age restrict automatically. You have to go back in there and age restrict it. So I just let YouTube make all the calls for me. I put up videos, and if they want to age restrict them, fuck it, age restrict it.
That's the way I feel about it. Yeah, that's the way I feel.
Y'all want to put up and I put I use licensed music in a lot of my videos, and because of that, they'll like block me from monetizing them, and I'm done monetizing anyway for now. They've suspended my monetization on my channel due to not meeting their criteria. But they would nick me anytime I would use music that wasn't mine anyway, which I did all the time. But I managed to freaking nail it at 420. Yeah, I mean, anything that's illegal to Google, yeah. Okay, Possum Dad, I tried monetizing because I realized I was able to, and I wanted to see what it was about, like how this worked. I knew I wasn't going to like make any money at it. I just did it to see how the money-making end of it works so that I could see how these people that were using YouTube to make money were doing it. And then I went in and found all the statistics sites so that you can find out, like, what these people's channels make, and it's just crazy. But I've noticed since my channel was demonetized, I got more people watching, or like more new subscribers and whatever. It's been popping up even more and more ever since like my monetization went away. I was kind of wondering. I was like, I wonder if the ads were like driving people away. Very well could be.
Well, they weren't ads for nutrients, I'm sure.
No, it was weird. Yeah, the ads that got displayed on my channel were rarely cannabis related, which I thought was odd because I see a lot of cannabis related ads on YouTube. And I was like, huh, that's weird that I don't get it from them. Instead they're selling like, you know, Final Fantasy app games and shit. And I'm like, whatever. Well, odd. I thought I'd be getting them Terminator commercials that I always see on everybody else's channel.
Right,
Just saying.
Exactly.
But yeah, I use ad block on my freaking PC, so I don't see ads on anybody's channels anyway, hardly ever. But yeah, it's weird that they're allowing YouTube to just do. I mean, like get sued like that. Now you'll watch the content providers shut down really hard, and be like, nope, we don't like this and we don't like that, and we're gonna shut you down. And I think there's a real possibility for like a new network to launch that could have something to do with just cannabis and not just bang a left. Stay away from all the YouTube shit. We just need to find a good host. Start buying me some servers. I'll host your content. Fuck it.
You have to have a second TIE fighter. Just with servers in it.
But yeah, that's the pain in the ass, is that a lot of us have used these platforms to build our communities, you know what I mean? And now they're going to come in and start telling us that we can't be that kind of community on these platforms, whether it be YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or whatever. They're going to start really cracking down on anything that they find objectionable. And that's kind of a wide term. What is objectionable? Is it objectionable to the viewers? Is it objectionable to the country? Is it objectionable to the advertisers? I mean, what are we, all for that secret ad data?
Well, they got to make sure that people see what they want them to see. They got to control it. That's how they control it.
Well,
because you're putting out something that somebody wants to see. They don't want people to see that, so you're not complying with their rules. So bye. And then they can control more folks.
Well, their real concerns are on the money making end. They feel like if their content isn't considered safe enough, and it's really a media thing. Like if the media isn't portraying the internet as a safe place to be, then nobody's going to want to advertise on the internet. Exactly, like Fumidor says, objectionable advertising shareholders. Obviously, what are you, a communist? Yeah, nobody cares about what the viewers want. It's all about what the shareholders and the advertisers want. Because if it doesn't make them money, then why are they going to bother doing it? People are always up in arms about the freaking net neutrality, and I go, we haven't had net neutrality since we allowed the private sector to control the internet. we just had legislation in effect that would protect the end consumers to some extent. Not even a great extent, but some. It was something. And they're trying to get rid of that too. But the deal is, it hasn't been neutral forever. The internet as we know it has been run by companies for profit from day one, in this country at least. Since we're the crucible of culture in the world, that's what everybody tries to freaking mimic us. All for the almighty dollar. And that's the same thing that scares them about cannabis, like we've said before, is the fact that it's something that we can use.
Did we lose you?
Yep. I can't hear.
I think we lost him.
Oh, is there anybody in there?
Come in, early in.
Back now.
I'm here. What happened?
You're good now.
I don't know. Did I lag out there for a minute?
Yep.
I went to hyperspace. Sorry. Wasn't trying to be awful quiet in here, Possum. Damn Oregon Trail Reservation. Yep. Yep. Only with monetization did the private companies take over. The internet was created and run by the government. That's how it started. But it quickly went the other direction, and just absolutely freaking disappeared, into the pockets of the wealthy. So I was trying to tell somebody the other day is that what we really needed with cannabis wasn't legalization, but decriminalization. We just needed to make it so that we weren't locking people up for this anymore. We didn't really need to go in and like legislate everything to death. Now we've ended up in a position where, all these big companies are controlling everything. And they're going to try and take I went to go pick up some smoke the other day because I was talking about being out. I was like getting low, so I wanted to make sure I had something for my patients. So I hit up my buddy who is a licensed state distributor, right? And he shoots me the price list, and I'll link it over into Discord so y'all can check it out. But he shoots me the price list for what's going on. And at the top of the price list, it says, okay, here's your prices, breakdown, whatever. This does not include excise tax and packaging tax. So in addition to the prices that are listed now, you got to pay this additional $9-something an ounce plus 15% state excise tax unless you have a medical card. You know what I mean? Yeah, decriminalization is a common sense issue, and they're not going to do that because it's common sense. Supply side Jesus cries when poor people get internet too. That's good, Fumador. I like that one. Oh, we got more sirens.
Yeah.
Muted that for a second until they got around the corner. Jesus Christ. That was loud. But yeah, it's an absolute shame that the government can't get with the frickin' program. But the shame is that we've made it that way. It's our government, and it's up to us to stand up and fight for what we believe in and do what we think is right, regardless of what the government says. And that's kind of always been the history.
Lost you again, didn't we?
Am I dropping out? Is my internet gone to crap?
You just dropped out for a minute there.
I don't know. The Fed's got them. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my internet, why it's hiccupy. I'm at the coffee shop. It could be something to do with that. It is a definite possibility. But hopefully the rest of y'all are still there. So if you hear me drop out, just continue on, carry on. Pretend like nothing happened. I might actually, we got about a half hour left. I might actually grab my phone real quick. Give me a moment. I'm going to go roll up a doobie and go hide out somewhere and smoke a doobie with y'all if that's okay with you guys. So bear with me just a moment. Y'all feel free to carry on for a second without me, and I'm going to go switch to my other device. Give me a moment. We'll see if that doesn't help fix things too.
Why?
Okay, I am back in the Amazon for the second time today. Sure enough, I realized that when I ordered my tent that I have no more ratchet hangers. So I do need some of those. And for what one pair cost at my damn hydro store, I can get 6 pair or 2 pair for the very same kind from Amazon.
Right. Agreed. We get a lot of stuff from there.
But I think I am actually going to get the 6 pair for $18.99. That way, I mean, shit like that you can never have too many of. especially if you're all the time setting up something different or moving shit around or adding this or that needs to hang.
Right. Well, I use a double on one of my connection points on my that fixture that I built, because one end, the way it's built and put together, it's heavier on one end. So I've got a second ratchet strap there just as a safety precaution. So we picked up a bag of them for cheap.
Yeah, man.
I don't want that thing coming down. You know, right on top of the plants would be terrible.
Am I back? Am I alive? Can you hear me?
Yes, we got you.
All right. I'm gonna slide out to my car and sit down and roll a doobie. Probably warmer in there too. I'm freezing my ass off. Like I said, it was warm enough this morning that I decided to wear shorts. That might be my problem right there. And hopefully I don't drop out as much now that I'm on another connection. I'm still here on my other one too. Wait, did I show up as Mr. Marduber now?
You've been showing up as, let me get out of the Amazon.
Now you're Mr. Marduber.
Yeah. I'm here twice, man.
Yeah, you were showing up as Science Squad.
I'm still there. I'm still Science. I'm both now. My computer's one and my phone's the other.
Yeah, that's how I've been running on Discord. I load the pictures with my phone and talk on the laptop. So you'll see both of my logos in there most of the time. I'll tell you what, guys. Amazon can almost be an addiction in and of itself.
Yes, I agree.
I love that damn thing.
You're calling Amazon
with the UPS driver.
Yeah, not me. I hardly anything delivered. I try and make all my commerce as local as possible. I try not to do too many deliveries.
Well, for me, like the hydro stores, it's 45 minutes one way. And check this out. Let me give you just an idea. It would be different if it were like maybe an independent, but it's an HTG, you know, and it's, I was in there, I was telling the apprentice about this. I am in need now, but a quart of Soul Synthetics, Big Swell, it's their bloom booster, and it is $31 for that quart on Amazon. That same quart at the hydro store is $45.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't pay rent, and they got electricity, and they got to pay employees, so it's going to have to be more.
Yeah, you got to feed the hydro guys, kids.
Well, yeah,
I don't. He needs to grow his own then.
Well, this comes back around circle to that like kind of societal issue like we're talking about, where people are more concerned about getting a good value than they are about supporting their local community. I'm not trying to call you out on that, UCG. I mean, it is what it is, and I'd save $1 if I could save $1. But like you saw how Apprentice did, and he went and started freaking bugging his hydro shop to give him freaking Amazon prices.
Yeah, and mine will, but I got to drive all the way down there, so I'm not saving.
Yeah, I feel
it's a $10 bill at least for gas.
Well, it all kind of depends on the relationship you have with your freaking hydro shop, too. If it's a place that's going to take good care of you and you feel good about going, then that's one thing. If it's a place where you feel like they're just taking advantage of you, then who the hell needs to shop there?
I know they, I'm on a first name basis with all of them, and they do pretty well take care of me. But then at the same time, they went a month and a half with no fucking cocoa in the house. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Shit
you want
like
my business, order what I need.
They don't have a lot of stuff that a hydro shop should have. And then I've tried to, hey, why don't you look into getting this or look into getting that? And if it doesn't just automatically come down from corporate. I don't think any of those guys really give a shit enough to make it happen, you know. I sent.
Yeah, so like you're saying, your shop though is corporate, right? Like it's owned by a company.
An APG, yeah.
Yeah. So my
not
shop
like
is owned by a family, so that's why I feel a little better. And when I'm on first name basis, I'm on first name basis with the owner and his wife and his brother,
exactly.
and son.
I'm just
not
the guys that work there.
Yeah.
You know, we've got a general manager that comes through a couple of times a year.
So I've been unemployed and just growing and doing YouTube for like 6 months now, and it's absolutely driving me nuts. And I want to go get a job just simply for like boredom's sake. I got to get out of the house a few hours a day, or like have a shift or somewhere I'm supposed to be, other than on YouTube a couple times a week. And I'm really considering looking for a place at a hydro shop so that I could come in and like help people in person, face to face.
See, that way you're doing something in a field that you love. So it's not like work, but it would be away from home, and you'd be getting that out of it as well. So yeah, you should do that.
I'm considering it. I gotta hunt around and find a good spot. I know my local hydro shop would probably take me on, but that's a little way. I don't want to drive an hour unless I have to. Because I'm in that same boat where it's a 40-minute plus roll for me to get to my hydro.
Right.
I'm sorry, I'm not watching chat anymore, so I don't know if anybody else is either. I'm in the car smoking a doobie. So hopefully, chat, y'all got something to smoke on. I will. Cheers, y'all.
I'm fixing to grinder going here myself.
Extreme close up.
Got to figure out which kind I want to smoke.
Yeah, I'm not even smoking my own. I feel like a total tard. Smoking somebody else's cannabis. It's decent. I ain't no cannabis snob. I ain't gonna sit there and be like, oh no, I won't smoke any but my own. Though I do prefer my own.
You know where
I ain't gonna be a picky bastard like that. I know a lot of people who are. Down the belly of the beast. So yeah, Chad, I hope y'all got something to chief on. We all will have a little smoke session together before we wrap this up in the final like half hour or whatever. And if you all got any topics you want covered that you don't think we covered, feel free to drop a comment down below or say something in chat. I'll go back and re-chat in a minute. We can cover anything live that we can. And if there's something y'all forget about, you're catching this on replay, yeah, just don't hesitate to ask, and we will get back to you. I always answer comments, and like I said, most of the other guys in the group are pretty good about getting back to you too. Probably better than I am, actually. I'm good at dragging them in. I'm not so good at following through. Any of y'all that are used to me in freaking Discord chat or Hangouts or whatever, like you used to the fact that I disappear for like a day or so sometimes. I'm just like AFK. You won't find me. Then I pop back up. Sorry, guys. I had to handle some shit. I'm back. Now everybody's on mute and quiet. Y'all roll doobies or what?
I don't want to cough in your ear.
Sorry, guys. I was in the grill. I'm in the grill working. I got selfish. I couldn't wait.
You're fine. I'm not following you. I just was like, feel like I was talking to myself, and I can't see chatter.
I'm here. I'm not even paying attention to chat anymore. Honestly,
I'll go back and check.
Situating and getting ready to do some more work.
Yeah, I got to get up, get some work done today too. Oh, gonna get some work done on my beard. I'll brush that motherfucker out. Looking all nappy. Yeah, we had to have some gratuitous consumption though, so our video gets like, age restricted. Otherwise, what kind of cannabis channel would we be without an age restricted consumption based video?
Yeah. Gotta be real. It's gotta be real for the homies, right?
Yeah, I mean, hell, last week we got dangerously close. Like, I wasn't on video, but I was like damn near getting ready to like extract live. We're talking about it. We didn't actually do it, but like
it didn't happen live.
We got real fucking close, though.
Yeah, for a minute.
Yeah, that's what GML got banned for back in the day. Last year, back in the day of YouTube. But it's amazing how fast this whole fucking YouTube thing with fucking cannabis blew the fuck up. And it's mainly because there just wasn't a lot of information out there that wasn't in some kind of like obscure, text-based format. And it still is. Like, a lot of the good sources out there are these like weirdo forums. Like, I don't know if any of y'all still get on IC Mag or, friggin' Roll It Up or any of those old school forums. Every once in a while, I'll get drugged through there when I'm looking for something, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, roll it up."
I do the same thing exactly. The stuff's out there. The information's out there. You got to kind of dig around, but YouTube's been very helpful. There's a lot of ideas.
Well, that's the thing, is it's a popular format. A lot of people are on it, and it's become the kind of like status quo for. I don't know if any of y'all want to be grouped in the fucking millennial, like centennial, fucking whatever fucking category you want to call that. But like folks that get to the point these days where if you have a question, the first thing you do is you go Google it. And then you see a YouTube video that explains what you're asking. You're like, oh, cool, I'll watch that. How many times I've been working on a project, whether it's cannabis related or not, you run into something and you're like, man, I don't understand what the hell I'm doing. I'm going to go catch a video on this.
Brakes on the car sometimes. Doing repairs.
Yep. I did my cousin's water pump. Speaking of doing car repair, did my cousin's water pump last week, or a week before last, right? And I go get the part, and while I'm like getting ready to friggin' like do this, I'm like, you know what? Before I leave the AutoZone, I'm gonna watch this video. And then I realized I needed a couple of specialty loaner tools. So I was like, lucky I was already there.
Right.
YouTube caught me. But yeah, that's what we all do now. Is like we've gotten to the point where you hit something in your life where you need a question answered, and the first thing you turn to is your damn phone.
It really is, man. Yes, it really is.
We're all living in that world. So what happens is, of course, a community is going to coalesce around that because it's a format where everybody's out there interacting and whatever. But you got to take it further and get it off the YouTube, because that's only of limited use. You know what I mean? I only see YouTube as a tool to share the knowledge with others, and then like bring them in to share knowledge together in a more companionable and personal format, and less of a, advertiser revenue based, format.
Yeah, it's really hard to ask
like the
questions.
way you think, Mark Duber.
It's hard to ask questions because they get so many questions and comments. Yeah, you need to be able to ask somebody and get an answer in a reasonable amount of time.
That was the one thing that drove me nuts on these fucking live streams. Is I would go into these guys' live streams, and they're banging, they're busy. There's 1,000 people in there. There's chats just. How many freaking times you been in one of those live streams and chat's going so fucking fast? You can't read it.
No.
There's no fucking way anybody can read that shit. It's just flying. There's just too many people in there. You know what I mean?
They're not going to go back and
pick a number.
reading that shit.
If they've got a content.
I hate to single out GrowTube, but yet you'll see at the end of the episode sometimes they're sitting there begging people to come ask questions, but they're not answering the ones in chat. You got to go through the website or whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm like, well, if that's the issue, why don't we just fucking get away from that and into a place where we can talk and answer questions and be available 24 hours a day, where it doesn't really matter if you're on or off or, in or out.
And that's why we have SciEnts.
That's what Discord's for, or Hangouts or whatever. I mean, that's what it's for. It says build the community outside of the YouTube. YouTube is the crucible in which this was forged, but it is not the end all be all. All right, I have finished my doobie. I'm going to check back on chat. Oh, in a parking lot. Probably get some more coffee too.
It's a little later in the day. I went with a 9-pound hammer.
Ooh. I would love to try me some of that hammer, dude. That was on my list of top strains to get.
Hammer.
Yes, I like it.
I got hammer that's good coming through mine here shortly.
Let's see if they made any more Highlander grog for me. They had my favorite coffee on tap today.
Nice. It's always a bonus.
Did they make another one? No. No more grog. That must have been a one-off. Instead, we're going to have to get blueberry crumble.
The crumble.
The blueberry crumble.
Oh, dude, it's bomb. Dude, I swear to God, the coffee bar here is like a freaking weed bar.
I bet it would go good with a big joint of some Blue Dream. All that.
Let's see what we got today. We'll go down the list. We got the, actually, I can just go like this probably and switch cameras for you. We have Kona. They always double up on the Kona. There's always two Konas. We got French caramel or French caramel because they don't understand how to spell caramel here. We got Vienna roast with cinnamon.
I tell you what, my girls are smelling really good.
Blueberry crumble, Northwest, Colombian, and vanilla nut. I mean, that's just on the bar. That's why I love this joint.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Ugh. Back to the patio. See, and this gets to be this is my little spot where I'm sitting most of the time when you guys see me. This is my coffee shop spot. I steal power from where they plug the fountain in over here. I have to bring my own extension cord. Oh. So we got some blueberry crumble. Oh, Graham. Chat blew the hell up, and it's all about analog childhood. And oh, God. Going back on that chat is hilarious. Hold on. I'm switching back to science. I'm in here. Holy crap, chat. Mischief Mike and Fubador were really carrying on there for a minute.
Wow, really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That chat got interesting. It didn't really get Q&A, but man, oh, man. That was an interesting chat for sure. See, that's the one thing I really liked about the OBS was the fact that it would allow us to save chat. Yeah, you.
Oh, I did like that. OBS.
Black City we carry this show every time.
Yeah, dude, you gotta come in. You gotta come in and join us in freaking chat sometime. You ain't gotta show your face or nothing, Mike. I mean, that's my job. I'll be the face. I'll be the beard behind everything, and y'all can come out here and enjoy yourselves and have a good time. And I don't need you. Yeah,
the dude behind Duber.
I don't mind. I can take the weight of the public eye. I've been a public figure before.
God damn, this tastes great.
Oh, it's chilly. Hopefully the weather turns warmer here after we get this snow on Sunday.
Dude, it's
why are we opening Pandora's box? Are you with us? Is Mischief Mike with us in Discord? I don't remember. I'll go look. I don't think he's in here, is he?
No.
Oh, he is. He's just never on. He's just never online.
Yeah, he's in here with us.
Well, yeah. Come in and we're always pre-gaming in Discord, and we can get all Pandora's boxy before we start the stream.
Hey, we're not always in Discord. Some of us, like Marduber, take the week off from Discord.
Hey, I wasn't off
half an hour before SciEnts Sundays.
I wasn't off the whole week, just like half of it.
I've seen him in the Treebeards a couple of times.
Yeah, no, he only talks to the special people sometimes.
Well, I was in the Treebeards channel.
Oh yeah, we saw
I
you,
must
man.
have. I must have left myself in
just
there or
playing.
something. I don't know.
No, I'm just playing with you, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm on. That's why we got Ms. Marduber back in the friggin' channel. So you can yell at her and she'll yell at me. She's my message passer.
Ooh, damn. Okay. Well, I'll have to remember that next time.
Well, yeah. We're using Mischief Mike. We are using Hangouts for the streams, though. From Monday to Sunday, after the Monday stream ends and before the Sunday stream starts, there's a whole lot that goes on Discord between there.
A lot goes on in Discord, brother. You'd be surprised.
Oh, Mischief Mike can't. All right, Mischief Mike, are you in here now? Did he just log in?
He's been in Discord for a while. Who's connected?
I will. So here's what we'll do. I gave you a bump, Mike. You've been bumped. So now you can post pictures and stuff.
Ranked him up.
Where is he?
Yeah, now he's a grower.
Yeah, I threw him a green.
Yeah,
See, this is something cool that, remember, we were having this issue with before where I couldn't use Discord while I was streaming. It wouldn't let me do anything. It was like, sorry, streamer mode is enabled and you can't touch Discord. So now that we're using Hangouts again, I can actually go into Discord and fix shit like that so that I can take somebody like Mischief Mike, who shows up every goddamn stream, and bump him up a grade so that he can show pictures and communicate and chat. Yay! Yeah. Okay. So for any of you and I'll throw a link up for the Discord anyway. So if anybody wants to join, they can. But for those of y'all that are interested in joining, the reason why we have that little app in there, or I probably shouldn't throw up a link, because it's going to say dead. But the reason why we have the bot in there controlling it so that people can't just spam shit is just for everybody's safety, so that if anybody slides in and is like, abusive or not appropriate to the channel, they can get filtered out easier. You actually have to say a few things and say hello to people, and you get levels. The more you talk, the more levels you get. You can type I think Apprentice has still got the freaking lead.
I'm like 17.
What are you, like 17 now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what Meeseek says.
What's Meeseek say?
I don't know. It only shows mine. I'd have to go to the page or whatever. But yeah, you can tell them.
9.
Yeah, I'm level 9. I'm not even like the top. I think freaking Apprentice has got me whooped handily, and so does a lot of other people. Oh, and there goes Discord.
One of 18.
Yeah. So you rank up as you say stuff on Discord, say hello, talk to your friendly people, whatever. You will rank up. It only takes a few messages. I mean, it really doesn't take long. I mean, in order to naturally rank up, I think
I'm bring diamonds too.
5 or 6 messages, and you're like going to be like level 2 or whatever, and that gets you up. And then you can post stuff. That's really all it takes.
I posted a picture this morning off of my phone, and it immediately bumped me to 12. I didn't realize I was high. I really didn't. I thought I was like an 8.
So yeah, Mike's everybody whipping it out now. Yep, that's how it works. And see, so you rank up as you chat. You get a thing, and it'll show you your like rank. Hey, look, you're above. You're like 13th of 18. That's not bad. Doobie's number 3. I'm like way down there, dude. Oh no, I'm number 4. I'm not that far down. See, you guys say I take so much time off Discord. I'm still number 4. I'm not that inactive. There is a leaderboard somewhere. I forget how to get to it. But there's an actual Meeseek's leaderboard that I can get to. Let's see. And it'll tell me how everybody's doing in chat or whatever. And like I said, did anybody send me a DM? I didn't see any DMs. Did anybody send me a direct message?
I don't know.
No. So if any of y'all want specific tags, because Meeseeks can be told to like automate responses, and I noticed Apprentice was in there doing like bong and stuff, and I always forget. How do you talk in Discord? Do you mean like speech chat or like text, Mike? I don't know. He'll figure it out.
Oh, exclamation! Okay.
Yeah, you got to put the little thing jigger. Bong rips. God, this is like you should be doing my hashtags for the freaking.
Are you?
With a bong. You just want bong
anything
stuff.
Anything that has to do with a bong, anything that has to do with smoking, pipe, 420, 710, dab. We need to get it done, son.
Yes, it does speech, Mischief Mike. In fact, we're about ready to wrap up the stream here. We'll probably pop up a quick chat on the left-hand side of your interface there. It should have a list of all the sub channels, and down at the bottom are the voice channels. So like you just scroll down. I think Possum's hanging out in general right now, all by his lonesome. But
I'm grabbing a cup of coffee and I'm gonna smoke some bongs here.
But yeah, you guys can all hang out in here. You don't have to. Yeah, and you can do speech and you can do video and private chat if you want.
Shit, we hang out in general all the time in sesh.
Hell yeah.
Me and Undercover, Green Diamonds, Doobie, we all hang out in there. Possum hangs out in there. Yeah, join us, man. Come hang out in Discord, guys. Hit the link.
Yep. Or copy paste the link, because sometimes my links come up as dead and I don't know fucking why. Don't ask me why. Oh, actually, maybe it's not that bad now that I'm on SciEnts Network. I haven't checked it on SciEnts. It was always on Marty that I did it.
It could have been because you were monetized.
What, that it wouldn't let me click?
Yeah, it wouldn't let you link.
Maybe.
You're not monetized anymore.
Ooh. They cut the rank or cut the monetization.
Well, you're the one who told us they did.
Yeah. But I didn't know that it would affect my linking ability. That's cool.
Well, yeah, but none of us did.
But you guys always could link. I just could never link. It always showed up as a dead link for everybody whenever I link something. Yeah, you got upgraded, Mike. You good. You can post stuff and whatever. And anybody else who wants to join us, if I recognize you from friggin' like being a regular channel person, I will give you a bump so that you can still, skip some of that rank. You still have to rank up. I mean, like, you're not going to gain rank without saying stuff. It'll never happen. But I can at least give you permissions to be able to post stuff in all the channels, because otherwise it is kind of limited when you start out, and I know that can be daunting to some people. But it's for your own safety, folks. It's for your own safety.
It's for all of our safety, and we enjoy the safety.
Yep. Oh. Well, all right. It's getting to be about that 2-hour mark. I think. Anybody got any closing arguments?
Any closing arguments? No, I do want to say I enjoyed SciEnts Sunday today, guys. I want to thank everybody who tuned in, everybody in chat that was in chat. I want to thank you guys for being there and keeping the conversation going and keeping it lively, and we appreciate you guys, and come join us in Discord.
Oh, real. And go out and tell 2 friends to go subscribe to the channel. Go message your homies on Instagram.
And don't forget about the giveaway, Marduber.
Oh, yeah, I haven't forgotten, and I'm working on it. There's more stuff coming into it. Like I said, we got Blue Mats included this time. So anybody who's interested in checking out Blue Mats, there will be a starter pack of Blue Mats with everything you need to get your initial system set up, as well as beans and newts and microbes and all kinds of fun stuff. We got a hash box coming from Apprentice. And
yes, we do.
I don't know. We're still building it. Yeah, if y'all got something you want to throw into the giveaway, just message me and I'll make sure that it's linked in there, and I'll type it up. I need to spend some time in the next couple of days now that my week has calmed down a little bit, doing makeup on the website and then fixing links and fixing stuff like that and interneting. So I will be doing some internet work. If you got something you want to include, just shoot me a message and we'll get it included. What about you, Green Diamonds? You got anything for us?
Not off the top of my head. Really, just kind of cruising along. But I appreciate everybody being here. You know, I definitely appreciate Mr. Mike for carrying us when we too busy.
Yeah, thanks.
With our mics muted, trying to keep from coughing in everybody's ears.
Yeah, and thanks for everybody for tuning in and subbing up this week. It was really cool to watch the channel keep bumping up. And I got a mess of people subscribe to my channel, but it doesn't. It's still the people that are here in this chat are all the ones that freaking matter from my chat. You know what I mean? Like I got a billion people that freaking subscribe. Well, no, I got like 500 and something, but whatever. I got 500 and something people that subscribe, but it's the same 10, 12 people that come to chat, that come to the streams, that come every time. It's the same core, and that's you guys are the ones that matter. Fumidor, Mischief Mike, Doobie2, the American one. You guys that are always here, you guys know who you are. Friggin' Reservation Fire. There's a bunch of y'all, but y'all the same people that come back and come back and come back regardless. And y'all the ones that matter because you're the community. I give a crap about like all those millions of likes and YouTube jerk-offery. As long as we're interacting with you guys and you guys are getting information from us and we're getting information from you, the cycle keeps getting richer. It's like a recycled soil that every time you turn it and add new stuff in, it just gets better and better. So what you got for us, UCG?
Just shout out T&B Naturals. Thank those guys. And anybody out there, if you know that you were my 100th subscriber, get at me.
How would they know? We still got to figure that out. I showed you how to link it up, right?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. When they subbed, they had to say, "Hey, look, I was the 100th subscriber."
Well, that's true because it does show on the little count there.
Exactly, and they'll know who they are.
So if you know who you are, get at him, either here in Discord or you can reach him via direct message on YouTube at Undercover Growers channel. He's
and not only he wants to hook you up with something cool. So get at him. He wants to hook up his 100th subscriber with something really cool. So get at him.
Hell yeah!
If that person.
All right. Well, thank you all for coming out, gentlemen. Keep that subscribership going. 100% male. I've been checking our metrics on the channel, and we have no ladies yet, so we can keep this a gentleman's club, I guess.
I guess if that's the way it's gonna roll, then whatever.
Go out there and tell some girls. Let's not be a sausage fest.
Yeah, no, tell the ladies.
get your wives and girlfriends to subscribe. All right, gentlemen, thanks for coming out. Thanks for being a part of SciEnts, and it's you guys that make it happen. I like Apprentice was saying, sometimes you get used to me. I'll disappear for a couple days. Sometimes it happens. I got a lot of shit on my plate. It's life. I make no excuses. And while I love to participate with all y'all, it's you guys that make it work full time. And yeah, no dick pics. Please don't put your dick pics in freaking Discord. We don't need that shit. Meeseeks will not like it. He will take your levels away. But you guys are what make it happen. It's the community that keeps things turning. I'm just a facilitator. I'm not here to try and tell everybody how to do everything all the time. I'm just here to help provide a place where we can all learn and grow together and get better at what we love to do. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming out. American One, Fumidor, Mischief Mike, all you hardcores hanging out long time, and big out to Doobie2, who's always here and always over there in Discord. And the dumb jokes, I don't know, I hope you saw my dumb joke and it wasn't too dumb for you. I've never had that happen to me personally, but
Let me cut you off right quick. Speaking of Doobie 2, a big, huge shout out to Doobie 2. I got my Doobie box up, and it was Thursday or Friday. And yeah, it was everything I thought it was going to be and then some. So yeah, big shout out to Doobie 2.
Shoot, I want to shout him out too because I got my Doobie box on Tuesday, and oh my God, I cannot understand these genetics yet. I'm still looking shit up and printing it off, and yeah.
Did you guys do unboxing videos?
No.
Go do an unboxing.
No, I did it.
Show the world. Share the world. All right, y'all. Thanks for coming out. We'll see y'all tomorrow on Marduber Monday, and we can pick up the discussion there and take any questions that we got in the meantime. Check us out on marduber.com. If you want to leave a direct message to me, I can get you linked into the Discord or whatever. It's the easiest way to just plug in. So check that out, and if you need to shoot me a direct message or whatever there, you can do that as well. So thanks for the avocados, Fumador, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow on Marduber Monday. Peace out, y'all.
See you guys.
Peace.